everybody. Let's give each other an applause for being here together, united. My name is Roxanne Rivera, and I'm the Vice President of SEIU 32BJ. I want to welcome you this morning. I want to ask, we have folks that are joining us here today in support of airport workers winning a better life. I'd like to ask the speakers to come up, and I will be introducing you. I want to first thank airport workers. Can you please stand up? Airport workers, please stand up. You deserve an applause. Woo. I know many of you just came off the third shift and walked into to be with us here today, so I want to honor you today. I also want to thank the community members that are here and have been with us as we've gone through a struggle to basically lift the lives of working people at Logan Airport. I want to also thank our elected officials that are here with us today. And you will be hearing from them in a moment. We do have some big news today, which you will hear about. But just to give a little bit of background, over the last 5 years, Logan Airports have been organizing for better jobs so they can best serve passengers, because that's what they do. Many folks don't know that workers at the airport that work as baggage handlers, as wheelchair assistants, as cabin cleaners on the airplanes, they don't actually work for the airlines. They work for subcontractors. The nearly 500 employees of JetBlue subcontractors named FSS and ReadyJet at Logan Airport have repeatedly faced illegal threats and intimidation as they have tried to organize, even when they do so outside of work hours. These unfair labor practices are not only illegal, they have put added strain on people who are already struggling to survive. Workers in this country have a legal right to organize and shouldn't have to face these illegal threats and intimidation when they do. It is clear JetBlue's Logan Airport subcontractors, FSS and ReadyJet, need to be made to follow the law. It should not be up to airport workers alone to stand up for their legal rights and their dignity as human beings. It is up to all of us, community members, elected officials, the faith community, Massport, airlines, and passengers to support their fight for a better airport for all. So it gives me pleasure to see all of you here today for just that, making sure that airport workers are not standing alone. So I would like to first introduce Dayelle Gethers, who is an airport worker. Let's give her an applause. Woo.
First off, I'd like to say good morning to each of you all for coming out today. Thank you all for coming today. My name is Dayelle Gethers. I am a wheelchair agent for JetBlue's contractor, FSS. I've been here for the last 4 years at Logan Airport. Today, I'm here with my co-workers to say that illegally, intimidation and threats won't stop us from organizing to make airport jobs better. Not only for ourselves, but for the passengers that depend on us every day. I'm proud to announce that hundreds of airport workers who work for JetBlue contractors FSS and ReadyJet have already voted to strike, and we expect even more to join us in the coming days. I am ready to go on strike in the coming weeks, and now I know hundreds of more co-workers are ready too. Now that we are clear that we are all standing together, we will meet to decide on a date for us all to go on strike in the coming days. We don't have the date yet, but with many strike votes, I know that when we do strike, JetBlue contractors, FSS and ReadyJet will finally learn that this is not okay to violate our legal rights on the job.
All right, thank you, Dale. Again, an applause for the courageous workers. Yes. And in honor, our fight is in honor of Jennifer Cruz today. Next, I'd like to introduce the mayor of the city of Boston, Martine J. Walsh.
Thank you, Roxanne, and Dale, great job. You were great up here. Thank you very much. I want to thank the elected officials that are with us today, Senator Joe Boncory, Adrianne Margeaux, State Representative, Lydia Edwards, City Councilor, the dozens of other elected officials that if they could be here today, they would be here. I want to thank all of them. Most importantly, I want to thank you, the workers, for having us here today. I want to thank you for allowing us to be here with you. I just want to start with Logan Airport is the gateway to Boston, and Boston is the gateway to the world. The first visual that people, when they come to our city, whether they're tourists or businessmen or people that live here, are seeing you. They're seeing you go on the plane, to clean the plane, to prep the plane. They're seeing you deliver our food. They're seeing you in the airports helping people, assistance, getting off the plane, getting on the plane. You are the face of Boston. And that's something that we're all proud of. My father came to this country, as I said many times, as an immigrant. When he came to Boston, he joined the laborers union. He was a laborer. He was the guy that would clean the construction site up. He was the guy in his field would go in and clean the toilets out. They were the ones that no one would see, but they were the ones doing the work on those jobs. It's important for us to remember, as we think about what's happening in Boston today and what's happening in the country, this incredible resurgence of opportunity across our country, that we can't leave out the people that make this happen. For all intents and purposes, you are the people that makes it happen. It's important for you to understand that we stand with you. You took a vote to strike. You took a vote to strike, and that vote means that we're serious about asking the companies to sit down at the bargaining table and have conversations. What that means is the companies allowing the people the right to organize if they choose. That's why we're here today. We're here because that's as much of the American dream as all of the other things that are happening in our country today. It's an honor for me to stand here today. As workers, it doesn't matter where you were born. It doesn't matter. I don't care what your first language is. We in the companies owe you respect. We owe you fair treatment. And we owe you the same rights that any other person wants to get in their life every single day. If you want to organize and speak with one voice, that is your right as American workers, and that's exactly what you are today. You are American workers fighting for your right to do what you want to do. My message to the companies, these workers that I'm looking at need to be respected, because these workers that I'm looking at are the mothers and fathers of young people in our schools. They're the people that pay their taxes. They're the people that take care of their homes. They're, in many cases, the people that send money back to their home where their homeland has nothing. I'm asking you to respect them. I'm asking you to sit down with them. I'm asking you to talk to them. whatever is decided in this room as you move forward, I just want you to know that I support you. As mayor of the city of Boston, as a proud son of immigrants, I'm going to support you. We're going to continue to move forward until we get resolution. Now, a couple of quick things. Roxanne has been at this fight for a long time. I think the first time that this fight came to my office, I was a state representative. And I don't think your number was 32BJ. I think it was the old number, 615. And we had this conversation many, many, many years ago. And from that day till today, we have about 55 direct international flights that come into Logan Airport. There's a conversation about extending Terminal E. There's been conversation about changing the way and the planes that come in, how many planes we have. We have a direct flight to Haiti. We have a direct flight to more places in the world than anywhere else. All of that has changed. The economy has changed. Boston is a city where people want to come to. It's a destination point that people want to be at. And it's important for the companies to understand that we stand with the workers because of the work that they do, because the economy is moving forward, not because of the people at the top, but because of the people at the bottom who do the work. And I'm not saying you're the bottom, but you know exactly what I mean. I stand ready to help you resolve the issues that we have, and there are more than one issue here today, and I know that. And I want you to know that when you go home today and you put your head on your pillow, that you're mayor of this city, and I can speak probably for almost the entire city council, the city council and the House of Representatives and the Senate, we are in your corner. We're going to continue to work with you. We're going to continue to fight for you. We're going to continue to make sure that you get what you deserve. And the last thing I want to say, I have some friends from the security guards here. We will stand with you as well to make sure that you get a good, fair contract. Thank you very much. Now I have the honor to introduce to you a friend that I've had a chance to meet over the last couple of years. He got elected to the Massachusetts State Senate. He's done an incredible job. The airport, he represents the entire airport area, but aside from that, he understands the importance of supporting and standing with working people. Senator Joe Cory.
Thank you, Mayor Walsh. Now, but another hand for Mayor Walsh, a great supporter of the labor movement in this Commonwealth. And thank you, Roxanne, for organizing today. To everyone else, buenos dias. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Yo estoy con ustedes. I stand with you today. And along with the elected officials behind me, like Representative Margeaux and City Councilor Lydia Edwards, we all stand with you today. I want to thank you all for being here. I know most of you are coming off the third shift. You've worked all night, and you showed up here this morning to stand up for every one of your brothers and sisters in labor. And that should be recognized and commended. As a mayor recollected, I've only been elected for a short time, only about 2 years. But it seems all too often I'm in front of you, the good people of 32BJ and the airport workers, to discuss the unscrupulous business practices of the subcontractors of JetBlue. And that's got to stop. I want to thank people like Dyla who fought this good fight for 4 years, have fought against unscrupulous business practices, have fought against wage theft. And these are fights that we've won so far. And this fight, to unionize and to strike, this is the fight we'll win also. This is the fight we have to win, because it's a sad day in this country when people have to fight for what is already their given right, what is already the federal law, the right to unionize, the right to strike. So we must stand with you. We will stand with you. We stand with you, not just you, but we stand with your families. Dahlia was telling me about her 5-year-old son today, who's in school. And with all the stresses you endure coming off the third shift, at a poverty wage, we need to do more. And we will do more. We will stand with you until more is done. Thank you all for being here today, and we're all with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Cory. And I also want to just recognize, I know both Senator Cory and State Representative Adrianne Margeaux, who's going to speak in a moment here. They were with us and the airport workers last spring when we went on strike. So they were with us then, and they are with us now. So let's give them an applause. And also just thanking Mayor Marty Walsh, because as he said, he was a state representative when we started this fight, and he was with us then, and he's here with us today. And I want to recognize and thank you, Mayor, for all your support and your continued support. So next, I'd like to introduce Representative Adrianne Margeaux.
Good morning, buenos dias. Folks, we're here to fight for respect and dignity. We're here to fight for equality and for justice. And on behalf of my colleagues in government and on behalf of all you workers, I want you to know we stand in solidarity with you in this fight. Like Roxanne said, we were there last year. We were with you then. We are here with you now. And we will continue to be with you until this is resolved, because we should not have to be here fighting for your right to organize. We shouldn't have to be here fighting for fair wages and benefits for workers in Boston and the United States of America. Yet here we are, and the fight continues. And we will be with you side by side until this is resolved, and you have my word that we will win this fight. Thank you.
Thank you, and I just want to say both, State Representative Adrianne Margeaux and Senator Cory have not just been with us as we rallied on, as workers were striking, but also they have taken it to the State House and proposed legislation, right, to better airport workers' jobs at the airport, and to continue that conversation with the highest elected officials in our state, as well as the head leaders of Massport. So I want to thank you for that as well. And now I'd like to introduce Boston City Council member Lydia Edwards.
Buenos días a todos. Yo estoy aquí para dignidad y justicia. I am here today for dignity and justice. I want to thank my colleagues in government, my mayor, my senator, and my rep for all being here together. I have the best delegation in the state of Massachusetts. Thank you guys so much. But today isn't about us. Today is about you. Today is about the fight that you bravely are taking on. Dial, thank you, sis. Thank you so much for standing up here. And for all the folks who bravely stand and strike. It is our honor to be here to stand with you, just like many of you stood with us when we were coming out there and trying to become elected officials. I will forever be grateful to you. But most importantly, I'm here because I stand with workers. I'm a proud union member of the UAW, Local 9. I am proudly walked the line with domestic workers and organized around, and I am so proud and honored to be able to stand here with you, to hold whatever sign you need, to be out in the cold whenever you need me, to march proudly for dignity, respect, and for social justice. The problem that many people have is that when workers do the hardest jobs for folks, they're often unseen. It's a thankless job to push people around in wheelchairs. It's a thankless job to have to be getting them from one airport or to another. Many people don't see you, and I know that. I know that for many people who are unseen, domestic workers, the hardest thing to do is to organize. So the reason why we have to be here and stand with you is because a strike is about being seen for the first time. A strike is about being recognized for the strength that you have. And I'm so proud and honored to be a part of that. The fact is, I stand with the wheelchair attendants, the cabin cleaners, customer service agents, from JetBlue subcontractors, FSS and ReadyJet. They have a horrible track record of treating their workers. They have not paid you properly, they've not given you the dignity and respect that you deserve, And yes, you are our American workforce. And so that's why it matters to all of us especially elected, that whoever works in Boston is treated with respect and dignity. What they have been doing and what they will continue to do unless we fight is no bueno. So we need to stand up and make sure that they rise to the occasions and make sure that they rise to the standards that we are setting. You want to work here? You want to have a business here? You want to make money in Boston? Pay your workers. It's as simple as that. You want to have the honor of coming to the best city, of having a business here? Then let your workers organize. If you've got nothing to worry about, then you shouldn't be worried about an organized workforce. But I think they do. In any event, you know we will be here. We will stand with you, and whatever you need, you call us. I'm so proud to be here, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilwoman Lydia Edwards. I want to close today, and really this goes back to, yes, it's our legal right to organize, but like I said before, it's not only upon the airport workers to stand up for their legal rights. It is upon all of us to come together, because it's beyond what's legal, what's not legal. It is about the dignity of workers, of folks that work and live here in Boston. And so with that, I'd like to invite from our faith community, Rabbi Roth Blum. I want to just mention that this is not the first time he's standing with airport workers today. All the airport workers know the looks that you get from FSS managers and ReadyJet managers, and even the state police at the airport when they see you gathering, talking about building a better life, and how uncomfortable that is. I know the rabbi himself witnessed it as he took the step of doing a delegation to JetBlue in order to basically let them know that he was supportive of all your efforts. So I want to recognize that, and I'd like to have Rabbi Roth Blum say a few words. Thank you.
It is such an honor and a blessing for me to be here at this moment where you stand up for your dignity, for your rights, for your humanity, to be present when you make this decision. As a Jew, as a representative of the New England Jewish Labor Committee, thank you for letting me be here. The God that I represent is a God of gratitude and a God of justice. If you bring my mom on a wheelchair to her plane, if you make sure baggage gets to where it's supposed to go, if you resolve a complaint from a customer, if you make sure we have clean and sanitary planes, and people of faith don't say thank you and don't recognize you as holy, if they say they believe in God, I don't think they're telling the truth. So let me tell you, on behalf of anyone who recognizes that you are all created in God's image, thank you. We say thank you. We see you. We love you. We are with you. Thank you so much. I come from the Jewish people. The Jewish people know the experience of having to work for Pharaoh and not get paid. This is the story of Exodus, a story of a group of workers who give everything. They put their hearts and their sweat and their blood into the pyramids, into the nation of Egypt, and they get nothing but scorn and ridicule and violence and oppression in return. That story is in our bones. That story means we stand with you when you are not given respect, when you are not given dignity. The Jewish people are freed from slavery, freed to liberation, freed to justice. We wear these strings called tzitzit. They remind us that we're freed not just to wander, but freed for commandments, for obligations to our Creator and to one another. This week, in fact, in synagogues all over the world, is when we read the 10 Commandments, God's top 10 list. They are not suggestions or recommendations. They are commandments. And some people in our country want to put them on stone and put them in front of their courthouse, and they want to have them out displayed in front of offices, but they don't want to follow them. They want to look at them, but they don't want to live them. Commandments like, there's only one God, that prophet is not God, that CEOs are not God, that ReadyJet is not God, and Wall Street is not God. Commandments like, honor fathers and mothers, and not just your own father and mother, but the fathers and mothers here who work every day in the airport so they can feed their children and make a home. You honor those fathers and mothers as well. Commandments like honor the Sabbath day, that everybody gets a rest because we're not slaves. And you deserve a rest, you deserve health care, you deserve love, you deserve respect. Commandments like, don't steal. Don't steal people's wages and then oppress them for trying to get better wages. Don't steal people's lives. Commandments like, don't murder. Don't take people's lives and take their livelihood and take their blood and their sweat and their labor and give them nothing but scorn in return. I see here, when I walked with you in that JetBlue terminal, I saw it, I felt it, I heard it, the voice of God walking among you. So I'm going to invite you now, because I know I got to stop talking, and rabbis have trouble stopping talking. So I'm going to tell you to say, I want you to say your name out loud as you can. 1, 2, 3. Come on, say your name really loud.
1, 2, 3.
Your voice, the voice of your brothers and sisters, that's the voice of God. That's the voice that moves through this community and says, you deserve respect. You deserve the best that is given by grace from heaven. You live it, you work it. I keep marching with you. We keep marching together. They tell me it's si se puede. I need us to say it. Si se puede. We do this together. I'm with you. May God bless you.
Thank you, Rabbi. And I want to say, you know, this had, for many of you, right, that started this some years ago, right, we've seen progress in certain ways, but we still see the issue there that workers still do not have the right to organize. And so I want to acknowledge those community organizations that have walked with us through this. I want to acknowledge Chelsea Collaborative that's here. That was in some of the very first community meetings with us, with airport workers. I want to recognize Mascosh that really helped us look into the troubling concerns that were affecting workers on the job site. I want to recognize the faith community, MCAN and IWJ, for being with us as we've walked this walk. I want to recognize our sister unions, Local 509 and 1199, as well as the Boston Teachers Union, BTU. I want to thank you. I want to thank the Labor Guild, who actually oversaw one of our first votes to strike. And I want to also recognize the Greater Four Corners in Action for, again, being with us as we marched into the Logan Airport to demand justice. So, and I know there may be other community organizations or individuals that have been with us, and if I didn't mention you, I want to say thank you. And again, I want to say thank you to our elected officials, Representative Adrianne Margeaux, I apologize, and Senator Joe Cory, as well as City Councilwoman Lydia Edwards, and also I'd like to also thank Rabbi Roth Blum, and of course, Roth Blum. Thank you. And then also, I'd like to, recognize Dielle Gathers, because it's not easy standing up here. So let's, and I'd like to all of you stand, right? Because when we fight, we win.